Victor Wembanyama started off this season very poorly, and a lot of people, including myself, were very critical of him. But he has bounced back in a huge way, and throughout his last 7 games played, he's been absolutely unbelievable. And he's led the Spurs to a place where they might be able to compete for a playoff spot in only his second year after being horrible last season. And Chris Paul has had a huge impact on this team's success, but Victor Wembanyama is the catalyst that makes this team go. And against Sacramento in a win, which was 127 to 125, he put up 34 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists on 11 for 17 shooting and 5 for 9 from 3. And this is the kind of performance that we've been used to seeing throughout his rookie season, and we're wondering where it was earlier on in the season. But throughout his past 7 games played, he's had 4 30-point performances, and he's been absolutely electric. And he looks like the player that we were expecting him to be come this season. And if you really look at his game, he's impacting the game of basketball in so many different ways. And he's looking like a player who's much more settled in and comfortable the past 7 games than he did throughout the first little bit of this season. And while he still has areas that he needs to grow, as he had 5 turnovers and 5 personal fouls throughout this game, he has been actually unbelievable. And even if you look back, against the Washington Wizards only a couple of weeks ago, he had 50 points on 62% shooting and 50% from the 3-point line. And these are the kind of performances that are signature performances for a young player and are only going to boost his confidence. And throughout the first maybe 15 games of this season, he was shooting the ball very inefficiently and not playing up to his own standards, especially for a man that is 7'4". But he has really settled in throughout the past couple of weeks and has shown a lot of flashes of a future all-NBA player. And if he continues to play as he has this season, he will continue to be a threat for the Spurs and help them make a playoff push a year after being one of the bottom teams in the NBA. This season, Victor Wembanyama is averaging 23.4 points, 10 rebounds, and 3.1 assists per game on 47.4% shooting from the field. And while he can still up that number of field goal percentage, he has looked much more comfortable lately, as I mentioned before. And the efficiency will come as he grows as a player and learns what shots to take and when. And having a point guard like Chris Paul is huge in his development, and we have seen that development take an exponential growth throughout this season. And I do believe that having a veteran point guard who has been around for so long, like Chris Paul, has been huge for his development. And it's very exciting to see what Victor Wembanyama can do in this league. He's out here hitting step back threes, catch and shoot threes, fadeaway mid ranges, and all of this at 7'4". We've seen 7'4" players before, and the only person that I can think of that was nearly as skilled as Victor Wembanyama was Yao Ming, and Yao Ming did not have nearly the flexibility or athleticism that Victor Wembanyama has. And he's going to go down as one of the greatest players ever if he continues to grow and develop. If Wemby can stay consistent, he looks like a player that can make all NBA in only his second NBA season. And he'll go down as having one of the best 2-year starts to a career in NBA history. And as of right now, he's definitely living up to the expectations placed on him earlier on in his career coming into the NBA and being compared to players like LeBron James and Michael Jordan. But obviously it's way too early to tell, and to put too crazy of expectations on him is unfair to not only us fans but also to himself. And let me know if you think that he's going to be an all-star this season or an all-NBA player. God bless you all and have an amazing day, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. God bless you all.